This episode is sponsored by the Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. July's featured entertainment includes Mammoth WVH on the 19th and Danae Hayes on the 20th. Details and tickets at HollywoodCasinoCharlestown.com. Also enjoy complimentary beverages when playing with your Penn Play card. Visit the Penn Play Center to sign up. Must be 21 to enter the casino floor and attend a show. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. The iconic reggae group UB40 rocks the Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia on Saturday. I spoke with founding drummer Jimmy Brown about the band's biggest hits, from originals like King and Food for Thought to smash covers of Red Red Wine, I Got You Babe, and Can't Help Falling in Love. Hey, Jimmy Brown, drummer of UB40. Hey, thanks so much for joining us on WTOP in DC.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we're talking because you're a great reggae band, UB40. Everybody loves them. They're coming to the Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia on July 6th. Let's just start there. Why is, it goes without saying, but UB40, why is it just that reggae music? Why is it the perfect time for people to come see you? Summer vibes. Gosh, July 6th, it'll be the 4th of July week. I can't think of like a better party band than UB40, right?
Yeah, we pride ourselves in sending people home a lot happier than when they came to the show. So yeah, we hope to uplift the audience, which is the music does that. Reggae music by nature is an uplifting style of music. So yeah, it's party time. We want everybody to dance, and we expect people to sing along too. So a little bit of contribution from the audience is nice.
I love it. And I assume in terms of like the set list, we're not going to spoil the whole thing, but I assume we'll hear like all the greatest hits, right?
Yeah, of course. Obviously but we also, we're going to be playing some new material too. We don't want to be just a heritage or cabaret band. It's, we expect people to, we want to indulge ourselves a little bit and do some new material, which we will definitely be doing in the show. But of course, we're going to play all those old hits. And people are going to sing along, hopefully.
We every word we will be singing. Absolutely. Well, I spoke with Astro, rest in peace, a couple years ago, I guess 2016. So he sort of told me a lot of the stories of the origins and everything, but I would love to hear your take on it as well. I know the band was formed in 78 in Birmingham, England. How did you all come together? Didn't you all meet at like the Moseley School of Art?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there are four of us that actually went to the School of Art, and everybody else in the band is either a brother or a close friend. We've all known each other since we're 11 years old. And we're from sort of multicultural melting pot of inner city Birmingham, which is like a motor town. Like both Chicago or and we all were friends at school, and we left school and then thought, hey, let's make a band, and that's exactly what we did. Because we lived in the inner city, we were surrounded by people from the Caribbean and mostly from Jamaica, so we were exposed to reggae music, and that was the music genre we chose to play.
I think it worked out pretty well for you all. Wasn't the name UB40? It's something to do with like English unemployment benefits, right? That's the U and the B, and then the 40 is what, like just the form number or something, right? Remind us how that name came about.
Yeah, well, UB stands for unemployment benefit, and it was Form 40. It's what you gave to the what we called a dole office at the time. They don't call it that anymore. I don't know what they call it, but you gave them this form. They signed it. You picked up your check. And I thoroughly believe in generous benefits, because you never know what people are going to do on the time that they've got. And it certainly gave us an opportunity to develop the band and learn to play, and without having to have a job, So it really worked well for us, and I believe in generous benefits as a result.
Absolutely. Benefit the fans too. I mean,
Absolutely.
Astra said
Yeah.
something like he was joking that he's like, you guys were like Robin Hoods. That's great. And then wasn't Chrissy Hind of the Pretenders? Didn't she help discover you all and you went on tour with her? Wasn't that like your big break?
Yeah, she did. We'd done about 30 shows in just like local pubs and clubs, and we were making some noise. We were selling out really quickly, and there were more people locked outside that could get into the venues that were holding 250 people. And anyway, we did a show in a tiny little toilet-like venue called the Rock Garden in London, which is quite an iconic venue for kind of punk bands and other kind of bands. And yeah, she came to see us there and came backstage afterwards. I think there was a fight going on at the time. We were fighting with the security, but so I think she was a little bit nervous coming back. But yeah, she said she had a number one single and number one album at the time with Brass in Pocket. And she said, "You guys want to come on our tour? It's already sold out. We want you to come and open for us." And we couldn't believe that somebody that famous was going to be taking an interest in us, and we said, "Of course we will." And they even paid us to do it, because a lot of the times record companies will buy a space on a tour for their acts or whatever, whereas they actually paid us and looked after us. And by the end of that tour, we'd released a record. We had a hit record, and we did exactly the same tour again, only we were headlining this time. But that was the kickstart for us, was from Chrissy. We will never forget her for that, and we've remained good friends for the whole 40 odd years that we've been going.
Yeah. And that first breakthrough, I guess you mentioned that you sort of landed some hits there in the beginning. I guess the first one was, I guess, in 1980. It was like a double side, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like powerful social political commentary on both sides. The one side
Mm-hmm.
was King about MLK, and the other side was food for thought about Christmas presents. So tell me about the meaning behind both of those. How it was you were laying down some heavy thoughts there right from the beginning.
Right from the get-go, yeah. Yeah, we actually, King isn't really a celebration of Martin Luther King. It's more a case of, okay, yeah, what you did was great, but what difference has it really made? You
Mm.
know, because the line is, "Where are your people now?" And really, I can't see
Everyone
that.
killed him, you know?
Uh, well, yeah, I mean, I can't see that this, the passive resistance, can't see that that particularly works, and that's what the song's about. And Food for Thought is just about the indulgences of the West, while, and the uneven distribution of wealth, really a lot of the subjects for the band is but really about class war in the end, and the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and how can you celebrate Christmas and all the good things you have around you when really there are our fellow humans are suffering in other parts of the world. So
Yeah.
yeah, but we're party poopers, that's for sure.
Well,
Uh,
let's focus on the party side of instead of the pooping, right? For
okay, yeah,
now,
absolutely.
because I mean, thank you very much. I wanted to show people our listeners that might maybe just know your hits. I wanted to set it up by showing them that your deeper side. You've delved into some deep themes. But the party
Mhm.
side is, we got to hit Red Wine, of course. It comes out in 83. Now that was a Neil Diamond cover before, but if
Mhm.
I must say so, I mean, the UB40 version, your all's version, is like the definitive one now. Sorry, Neil. But he's got Sweet Caroline. That's his definitive. But you guys, Red Wine is your definitive. So yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
just talk about the secret to doing or how you decided to pluck that and the key to doing a good cover like that.
Well, we had no idea it was Neil Diamond that had written it. We knew it as a very popular reggae tune from the early 70s, 1970s. And well, that was the version we knew, and when we came to do Labour of Love, which was a celebration of the songs that turned us onto the genre of reggae in the first place,
Mm.
um, that was always going to be on the list, that would Cherry O Baby, Kingston Town, records like that. But yeah, Red Wine, we had no idea that Neil Diamond had written it. But yeah, I mean, what can I say? He's a great songwriter, isn't he? Even though I might not necessarily be a fan of the genre of music that he plays, you know. But and it was just such a phenomenal success for us around the world, you know. And eventually in America, which was 5 years after we'd released it eventually got #1 in the States. So we were very proud of that.
I love it. Well, speaking of great covers, Red Red Wine is a classic. Everyone's gonna dance to that at the Hollywood Casino.
Yeah.
And then you top the charts again, both in the UK and here, and around the world, with a cover of the Sonny and Cher song, "I Got You, Babe," and this is with Chrissy, which we mentioned earlier from the Pretenders. So what
Mhm.
was it like? She helped break you guys in the beginning. Did it feel nice to be like, "Here's your payback. We're gonna take you to the top of the charts with this"?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we rationalised it like that. Like I said, we remained friends with Chrissy, forever after that, and we loved her, and we still love her. It was an idea, it was an idea. She claimed she had the idea. Our ex-singer Ali at the time claimed it was his idea, but whatever, it was such a successful record for us. I suppose it's kind of audacious of us to be using such a famous song, and we wouldn't claim for a minute that we do a better version than Sonny and Cher's original, which is one of my favorite songs ever. But it was just a big success for us, and then later on after that, we did the cover of that Elvis tune, "Can't Help Falling in Love," and that was massive for us as well, and I think that was #1. So we seem to do well when we do cover versions, but it's only a small part of our repertoire, really.
Yeah.
When you look at the 25 albums we've released over the years, there's only about 4 of them that were cover version albums. The rest is our own
Yeah.
political stuff.
Yeah. Well, I want to go into some of the your original stuff as we close out the interview, but real quick so I can get an in-depth soundbite on "Can't Help Falling in Love." What just members of putting that one, your version of it together. Like you said, you weren't really a big fan of the Neil Diamond but you respect him, but it's not your genre.
Yeah.
How about but you did sound like you liked the Sonny and Cher song. So how about the Elvis version? Were you all big fans, or was it again like a Neil Diamond where you're like, okay, I respect what he'd done, but let's regify this thing. Thing needs a little more pep.
Yeah, no, I mean, I suppose it is the latter, really.
Yeah,
I can't say that I was a big Elvis fan. I mean, I'm too young, really.
yeah,
A lot of people do it in a retro way, are into Elvis in a retro kind of way. And I'm not really part of that, and I didn't really respect him too much when he became kind of that bloated sort of Vegas, caricature of himself. But
caricature of
he
himself.
really
Yeah,
was a trailblazer in the beginning.
yeah.
And I mean, we were asked to do the song for a film called Honeymoon in Vegas, I think it was, where we were asked to do Elvis covers because that featured in the film, and we chose to do "Can't Help Falling in Love." And so did Bono of U2 did
Oh
a
yeah,
version, yeah. And the film people went with that version, and that we shelved our version. And then somehow I don't know how we ended up being on a movie called Slither,
yeah.
which is
Sharon
a Sharon
Stone.
Stone
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
about being peeped on in a high rise apartment block, and that it just took off for us, and it became massive, much bigger than Bono's version, ironically. And yet it became #1 all around the world. And, I mean, these are all numbers that we're going to be playing, and
Yeah.
we love playing them, even though they might not be our favorite records when it comes to doing our own stuff. But we love these tracks because of the effect it has on the audience. And you're going to be hearing all of those things. So, I'm asking people to turn up and come and sing along.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. We're excited to see you, and you're going to hear all of these hits as well as a ton of your original stuff. Final seconds, is there any originals that, I spend a lot of time talking about your great covers because they're so iconic. They're your most famous stuff and for a lot of folks. But how about some of your originals? Is there something you want to tease that, if there's listeners listening to this that only know "Red Red Wine" or "I Got You, Babe" or "Can't Help Falling," tell them, hey, go back and check out this particular album of original UB40 stuff, and that you're most proud of.
Yeah, okay. It's hard to say because we have done 20 odd albums, and obviously
Yeah.
we think they're all good, otherwise we wouldn't have released them. But we did have quite a few hits in England and in Europe before we even recorded Red Wine and all those cover versions, because we started in 1980, but they didn't come till 84. So that was 4 years where we were having hits with our own songs in Europe. We haven't had that same success in America, but you know, if you go back and look at tracks like we mentioned, King and Food for Thought,
Mhm.
1 in 10, Higher Ground, these are all tracks that were hits. Sing Our Own Song, which we wrote for Mandela and the ANC when the cultural boycott was dropped. We were one of the first bands to go and play in South Africa, and we had the whole audience, a multicultural audience, singing with I think 70,000 a night in a stadium, singing that song, you know, and that was quite a moving moment for us. So we have quite a lot of our own material that you know, we've had Buffy St. Marie and Judy Moat covering Sing Our Own Song. So that's one of our iconic tunes, I think. So yeah, check them out if you can.
Everybody check him out. And plug who's I mentioned that Astro passed away, and I think didn't Ali Campbell left the band.
16 years ago now.
16 years. Oh gosh, 2008. Yeah, gosh, we're getting old.
Yeah.
But yeah, who's on stage with you as we close it out here? Who we gonna see as the carrying on the legacy of the band here?
Okay, yeah, we there were six of us who started together. We went all the way back to when we were 11 years old. One, well, that didn't include Astro, actually. We didn't meet him until later. He
Right.
joined the band at a later date. But of the six original, we've known each other from that age, went to school together. We lost Brian Travers, our saxophone player and our most prolific songwriter, to brain cancer a couple of years ago. And Ali left, and we replaced him with another singer, and we've never looked back, really. We're right now riding the crest of a wave of hits in England again. We had a #1 single and a top 5 album, and we're firing on all cylinders at the moment. So we've also got a brass section with us who've been with us for 35 years, and we've got a new guy, 26 years old, Jared Gordon, who's a really great keyboard player from Jamaica, and a rapper called Gilly G to cover for Astro's part. So we're still the foundation is still the original band, but obviously there are other members that have come and gone over the years.
So Robin Campbell and Earl Falconer, they were the original members with you. Are they? They're still rocking and rolling with you?
We're all still working together, and Norman Hassan as well, a Yemeni member who's been around since we were 11 years old. We were all friends. We used to go over to his house to smoke in lunchtime from school, and you know, just generally be bad boys. And yeah, we are
Cigarettes
the
are a
foundation.
different variety.
Yeah, well, you know, we weren't the most cooperative of pupils at school. Let me put it that way.
We're model
So
students.
we were, you know, that's how we got to know each other. We were the bad boys, you know. We were the ones that went out and smoked and got the cane from the headmaster every Monday morning, and you know, we're always in detention, and you know, we that's how we bonded together. So that's what we carry with us even today, I suppose. But yeah, we're the original foundation of the band. Ali goes out on his own under the name of UB40. We're not too happy about that, and we spent a lot of money legally trying to stop him doing that
Oh no.
because well, yeah, he goes out as UB40 featuring Ali Campbell, but there's no members of UB40 actually with him on stage. He did it because his own he left to pursue a solo career, and he didn't really do that well, and then started using our name again, and we've been in litigation about it ever since. But you know, that's it doesn't bother us that much, and we don't think about it too much. But we're very happy with the way things are right now. We're really riding the crest of a wave and looking forward to coming over to the States for the third time in 3 years.
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry to hear about that legal trouble, but that's a tale as old as time with bands, right? There's always there's always people leaving and breaking up and then and trying to tour off the name and but folks, if you come out to Hollywood Casino, you're not going to see some fake version. This is the big core of the group, baby. This is the
This is the
most
real
versions.
McCoy.
Yes, this is the real McCoy. This is the big UB40, the most members of founding members you are going to ever see. This is the
Yeah,
show, but
yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're so excited to see you again, everyone. It's at the Hollywood Casino in at Charlestown Races in West Virginia on Saturday, July 6th. So, if you're taking off, or if you're doing a long 4th of July weekend on that Saturday, head out there to West Virginia and enjoy some great reggae tunes. It's going to be great. Hey, thank you so much for doing this. I really, really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, really. Thank you for having me on and helping us to promote the tour. Thanks.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Jason. I'll speak to you maybe some other time. Okay.
Of course. See ya. Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Our theme music is Scott Buckley's Clarion. Remember to give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time.